Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Matrusri Engineering College, principal, management, and staff, we welcome Sangata Das. She is working as a nutritionist for Nestle company past 4 years, and she's been into the chain of hospitals. She has a very elaborate experience in the hospital chain as a dietitian, and she worked for many other organizations as a nutritionist. And we welcome Ms. Sangata Das for this program. And I think she would be giving a brief on the diet program and the food, nutrition, and wellness and smart shopping. Particularly, if we see the labels, how are we getting tempted to buy a few eatables? So I think she would be covering all these topics, which is necessary these days. And of course, nutrition and diet is also a very, very important part of life. So I hand over this to Sangata Das, Ms. Sangata Das. Please carry on. Thank you. Madam, you can carry on. Am I audible?
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. So, yes, good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to today's session. Today we shall discuss about nutrition, the various nutrients, food groups and dietary sources. We shall also talk about Eat Well Guide to help you plan a healthy plate and have snacking options. We shall understand how to shop smartly by reading food labels. So let's get started. Let's first understand what is nutrition. So yes, as you can see in this slide, nutrition in simple terms is the relation between food that we eat and our health. It simply means to nourish. And there are several biological reasons why we eat and drink. So can anyone tell me the reason why? Next slide, please. So yes, in this slide, you can see food helps us in growth and repair by building blocks of our body, that is nutrients. So it also gives us energy, just like how, car would need fuel for its engine to run. Similarly, food is our fuel for the body. So food also prevents us from falling sick and ensures physical and mental well-being by comforting us. So like any celebration, it is incomplete without good food. So for an example, like if we cut cake on our birthdays. So the question is, what is this food made up of? Next slide, please. So yes, food is made up of nutrients. The relationship between food and health is because of the nutrients that food contains. So nutrients helps us carry out different functions, body, like, this growth, breathing, moving and working. So it provides us energy, ensures growth, maintenance and protection. So nutrition or nutrients ensure that we all are well nourished. So basically there are 6 major nutrients, as you can see in this slide, which are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals and water. Next slide, please. So let's look at various type of nutrients. So nutrients are classified as macronutrients and micronutrients basis the quantity in which they are required. So nutrients which are required in larger quantity are macronutrients and comprises of proteins, fats and carbohydrates, while the nutrients which are required in smaller quantity are called micronutrients and comprises of vitamins and minerals. So each has specific function, and all nutrients, whether macro or micro, are important for our health. So let's discuss each nutrient in detail, but first I have a quick question for you all. So carbohydrates, as you can see, are the quickest source of energy, right? So can you tell me what is energy? So yes, energy is basically the capacity to do work. So through the process of digestion, we convert the food we eat to energy. So this is calculated in terms of kilocalorie or calorie or joules. So our energy requirement depends on our day-to-day activities. So in fact, apart from physical activity, energy requirements also depend on age, gender, environment, body composition, Our body requires energy also for activities happening within our body, like this respiration, circulation, etc. So as age progresses, metabolism slows down and so lesser energy is needed. Similarly, men have more muscle mass than women. So male requires more energy. Then during winter, since outside weather is cold, so body uses more energy to keep our body temperature normal. So it is also interesting to note that while I am speaking right now, my body is utilizing energy for the same, and I shall burn 90 kilocalorie in an hour. So, this cycling or some light exercises will also burn the calories. In fact, when we are sleeping, then also we burn our calories. So, even we need energy to blink our eyes. Yes, it's true. So, where are we getting this energy from? Next slide, please. So we get energy from protein, carbohydrates, and fat. This energy is measured in kilocalories. So 1 gram of pure protein gives 4 kilocalorie of energy, and carbohydrates also give 4 kilocalorie of energy, while 1 gram of pure fat is calorie dense and it gives 9 kilocalorie of energy. Next slide. So it is important to ensure that we balance the energy which is taken in and the energy expanded. So looking at the scale here, will somebody tell me what would happen if our energy is more than energy expenditure? So I'll give you the answer. So if our energy expenditure is more than the energy intake, then we would lose weight and shall be undernourished. Hence, it is important to balance the energy taken in with the energy expenditure. So talking about maintaining weight, again, I have a quick question for you all. So what is BMI? Next slide, please. BMI or body mass index is a rough guide to measure the body fat levels and finding out the ideal weight range for specific height. So BMI is a rough guide and it does not take into account the body composition. So a bodybuilder or weight trainer with large muscle mass and a lower percentage of body fat may have same BMI as a person who has more body fat. So BMI certainly gives us an indication of our health basis our height and weight. So BMI is calculated as weight in kg divided by height in meter square. BMI ranging between 18.5 to 25.5 is considered healthy. BMI less than 18.5 is underweight and more than 25.5 is overweight. So a BMI of more than 30 suggests caution as this person is in obese category and might be at health risk. So if we are underweight or fall in BMI category of obese, that gives us a signal to take charge immediately as we might be at health risk. So obesity can lead to various ailments like high blood sugar, high blood pressure. So it is very important to keep a check on our health by checking the BMI. Next slide, please. So protein, we will now in this slide, we will understand about our first macronutrient, which is protein. So what is the role of protein in our body? Protein definitely forms the structural unit for our body, which is muscle, skeleton system. So in fact, even our hair, skin and nails are also comprised of protein. So it helps protect us against infections,